Welcome to a short introduction to the DataFlow Toolkit. This video will go through explaining why, how and when you can use this website. When we talk about data management and the life cycle of data, it is usually in very basic terms that explain how data is created, processed, analyzed and so on. However, the life cycle of research data is much more complex and usually involves data spread across multiple systems applying multiple different processes. So what may be the right metadata to begin with may not be right in the end. In the toolkit, we talk about three terms: data, systems, and processes. Data is an abstraction for a collection of files. It might be a collection of pictures, video files, sensor readings, or lab notes. You're free to use any abstraction that fits your project. Data is always stored on some kind of system. This can be lab equipment, your laptop, a network drive, your inbox, and so on. If you have the same data stored on multiple systems, you will have multiple data elements on a number of systems. Last but not least, we have processes. Processes are the actions that we apply to data. We can create data, delete them, edit them, copy them, and so on. Processes can be on a single system or between systems. To join all this, we have a number of themes. Themes are topics like security, metadata, and integrity. Themes are common to data, processes, and systems, and they are used to describe characteristics about any of these. For instance, the theme security may be used to describe the general concept of security for a dataset. It may also be used to describe how the process of moving data might look from a security point of view. Finally, we can describe how systems handle security. Let us look at an example of a workflow for some simple video data. We start by creating some data out in the field. The data is stored on an SD card in a video camera. Then we move the data to a USB hard drive and delete it from the SD card. We make a copy to a network drive and convert the data to another more suitable file format in order to deposit the data to Zenodo. Then we delete the data from the network drive as we might not need this copy any longer. Eventually, we need to share the data and decide to create a copy in a commercial cloud storage solution. As the example shows, what might be thought of as one single dataset originally now has 6 instances of data, of which 2 are deleted. Let us look at the steps that involve security considerations. This might be the systems that we use for storing data, like the USB hard drive, and the processes, like making sure that you delete your files beyond recovery if you are working with sensitive data. If we think about metadata, we must make sure that the correct metadata is applied when generating the data, for instance time and date, and that we generate good metadata when we deposit the data in Zenodo. These are two very different aspects of metadata. The DataFlow Toolkit does not have a particularly fancy interface for creating flows, so you must grab pen and paper or a piece of software to visualize flows and start making your own flows. You can consult the toolkit to find inspiration on how to make your flow and what you should be aware of when handling data. We advise you to use the toolkit as early as possible when preparing your next research project, and that the flow you generate is used as input for making a good data management plan. Thank you for your attention.